听教授的过程当中，你们继续低音或默念阿弥陀佛咒语。
第那个汤说白的呢，我住就是结巴些啊，这里超安的，这就喝了做过了，就喝了就那的，忙不了的，他妈的讲些啊，你把说个听喝了的，这里的说上人没接触过的，这上真的啦，我住就出忙过来的。啊，我住，你穿我住，就出这是忙些了啊。几家些就出这是忙些，忙不些。
So for these teachings, the introduction or the teachings on this sadhana will be more elaborate, a longer introduction, because it is recorded, and so in the future you can again study and listen to the recording and practice accordingly. So that is why at this time during this retreat we will have more time for the teachings, so the teachings are complete.
那对于这个法本的介绍呢，因为我们今天有录影跟录音，所以呢，我会讲的比较仔细修法的时间会稍微短一点。那你们将来呢，可以再回去听这些录音或者是录影。那么这就是这次。
좋아 강연 받에 잡서 좋아다 sen지 받에 참선하는 로고 대통 강연나 잡서 로고 받에 진짜 디다거든요. 코와도 그 잡소리 다 타바디 탑데 사지 마도 솔직히 럽탑이요 말이 강의잖아. 생그 나도 좀 sen디 다디 이제 sen디 마다나 세대 지금 뭐 요장 그니 매바 제달 세가들이 다디도 마다나 사지기 힘보 또 그요 말 있잖아 람장보다 답 사지의 추송 추를 연륜성 람장보다 원초선을 되는 종업을 잡선 거와 이 지서 람 우선 좀 봐라 샘지 봐라 원초선을 잡서 손에 샘 맞이나 토반이 유선지 사지에 타죠 샘지 좋았지 방법 샘지바 인fin으로 맞아 두자 인fin으로 타tum 레바 인fin으로 토크요래 지야당 람당 레버선 이양 상희지 라면 상희지 레버양 돈이 hin지 송도 좋아 됐으면 디선들이 잡순로 와서 샘지바데
So whatever ritual, whatever sadhana we practice, it is always preceded by the refuge taking and the mind motivation, the cultivation. And the purpose of that is that the purpose of the refuge is that ultimately we want to become free from the ocean of samsaric suffering. And apart from the Buddha, there was no one who was able to accomplish that. For as long as we do not separate from the self-grasping mind, even though we possess Buddha nature, no matter how hard we try, for as long as we do not separate from the self-grasping mind, we will not actualize the essence of enlightenment. So the excellent path arises from the refuge into the Buddha, and from the Buddha arises the Dharma, and from the Dharma appears the Sangha. So the excellent path arises from the three jewels. And then having taken refuge in the three jewels, becoming their followers, one then also must cultivate the right motivation as one enters the path. It is not sufficient to just take refuge in the three jewels and then not cultivate the right motivation. That is the very beginning of the path. All the Buddhas of the three times in the beginning have cultivated the right motivation. In the beginning, the motivation was an altruistic mind. In the middle, they have practiced the altruistic mind. And in the end, as a result, they have obtained an altruistic mind. So the basis, the path, and the result is the cultivation of love and compassion. It is the beginning, the middle, and the end. And in the end, as a result, we attain the union of emptiness and compassion. So in all the practices that we engage in, the refuge and the mind generation of bodhicitta is most important.
因为今天这次有录影，所以我会讲得比较完整。那么我们不管在做什么样的仪式，或者是看什么样的法本的时候，我们通常一开始都会先做皈依跟发心。那这个用意在哪里呢？因为我们在做皈依发心的时候，在皈依三宝的时候，终究能够让我们脱离轮回之海，能够获得真正的自由。那么这个方法呢，这个过程呢，除了佛陀之外，没有人能够帮助我们。所以我们众生从一开始跟我们的我执的这种心就纠结在一起，没有办法分开，所以我们持续在轮回海之中，没有办法解脱轮回。但是佛陀他所讲传的法教，以及依教奉行的僧团等等，这个是让我们能够从轮回的这种苦海解脱的三宝，所以呢，我们就皈依他们。那么我们如果说能够在有一个皈依之外呢，还要有一个正确的一个发心，这样子能够在我们修行的路上能够走到比较正确的路。三世诸佛从一开始便有正确的发心。这什么是正确的发心呢？一开始有正确的发心，就是要利益众生，利益他人。在修行的过程当中呢，也是时时保持的利他心的。那修行的成果呢，就是获得利他心的种种功德跟利益。所以不管是从一开始、中间到结果结束，都是有这个利他之心的，长养菩提心跟爱心，以此获得成就，而能够证到空悲双运的一种境界，解脱境界。所以呢，我们能够有那个皈依之外，有正确的发心，有慈悲心跟爱心，是非常重要的。
这样的垃圾跟过去那些我哋出去都赶紧动上，来在安上。
So we continue today on page number 15 with the visualization of the Yidam.
所以今天的教授从第15页开始，也就是从这个禅修本尊这个部分开始，就是这个法本的正形。
你这了，接了他去，讲的这了，马上快点出国拿这东西了。我是这样打，快点一个，现在我不当起码马上反应，今天我是多少度当通过了，那就一个，那我现在。limbar chapayina saje tonggjang jeayo mare usu tongbaji mune chadyo tongbaji de chor jasaba lana toni jeayo mare jisana ki dumane madapa de saje ga koyo re tate go chadyo na jea me pate chobaji kinso go kare song re kamchu gongpa chikona na shila male tepe jermasi那是过去就个那句印的了，这当大能讲讲，好打了要嘛的，这一年马着把一年打败一遍了，所以我说那个看上说是当地的牛毛往去，瞧个那个瞧么到瞧的，我的妈马着把这东西了，这里得了当我不知道个什么，刚了东巴你让我得了这样玩意。당만에 맞아 로버를 듣기나 이것이 이해하려고 맨날 차그럼 때 당만 차그럼 또 요말와 저런 말을 우리 이만은 저기 쉬어야요 그랬지. 이제 시선들이 코와도 동야요. 따하고 그러지. 이제 시선들이 태솜 따와리 요면 내 맛이 바탕이 태솜요 출까지 팽기요리 코와도 뭐 요와를 매번 나와대더니 맛이 따와라 소박해. 고소 소소게 따와로 봐서 고소 사서 고고 요리. 남여 타야입니다. 쌍로 따요 했지.
So the creation stage, like all creation stages, begin with the purifying into emptiness, and so it says here first, appearance and existence, all phenomena of samsara and nirvana are empty by nature. So to us, samsara and nirvana appears, and although samsara and nirvana by nature do not exist substantially, inherently, the 6 realms of samsara appear to us. And it seems that there appears a universe and all those sentient beings contained. And whatever appears to us, we think that it is true, it actually exists. But if it would exist truly from its own side inherently, it could not be purified into emptiness. It could not be turned into emptiness. Even if we were to recite 100 times, it all transforms into emptiness, it would not transform into emptiness because it really exists. But the Buddhas have realized that all the things that exist and that appear, all appearances lack inherent existence from the very beginning. If they would really exist, then nothing could be done to them, nothing could change. But since they do not really exist, they transform. Lord Jigten Sungen has said in the Gongchik, things that do not already exist in the ultimate natural state, if they would not exist already in the ultimate natural state, they could not transform by merely viewing them. And that means that things do not ultimately exist because it is their true nature is purity. And if their true nature would not be purity, no matter how much pure view we try to generate in terms of the universe, the sentient being, samsara and nirvana, everything that appears and exists, no matter how much we would meditate on a pure view, we could not purify it if that would not already be their nature from the beginning. And because things are pure from the very beginning by nature, if we recognize that, then we recognize that whatever appears to us only appears temporarily. The universe and beings appear temporarily for as long as beings are under the power of self-grasping and the afflictive emotions. It is just like ice that has frozen, water freezing into ice. But that ice block lacks inherent and true existence. And if one understands only that, one understands that things can be transformed, because the way they appear is not their true nature. Nagarjuna had said, within emptiness, everything is feasible, everything may arise. Because things are not inherently established, do not inherently exist from the very beginning by nature, they can transform into anything. Ice is not always ice. If you put it into the sun, it will melt into water. And if one understands that, one also understands that samsara can actually be emptied. And understanding only this point, you will be free of doubts. If you do not understand this very point, then many doubts will arise in the mind. And then people will question the authenticity of the Dharma and think that the Dharma practice is of no benefit, just like a communist view. And they say that it is all deception and we are trying to pretend there to be something which doesn't really exist. So if one doesn't understand it in this way, then one will never understand that one can actually become liberated.